What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Football Manager 2022 Journeyman series. And this is the club that has approached us, Cercle, Brugge. I'm really happy with this. Before we go into so many details, as you might tell just by the club culture that we're really messing with, there's so much relevance here as well. And there's little things I could mention. But I just want to show you the interview process. I thought they could have rejected us, but I rejected this offer here. I didn't. They're in the second division, in the Ukraine. Only leaving Ukraine in basically because their first division is a good level, but yeah, I'm not considering their second division. And we've got like Cape Town Spurs, similar situation, like. South Africa, not bad if you get one of the biggest club, 2-star rep. I just felt, I felt a better job could get. And we had a few, overall, because of the time in the season, I went on holiday and, honestly, it wasn't, this was a bit of a quick process. This is a few days process, really. So there's a Plymouth. I didn't choose which teams I was applying to. I go on holiday, apply to all teams, and this was all she wrote. But yeah, my point was, a short period of time, before we even analyze the club, the league, this is a huge step. And obviously, Club Brugge, they're high up there, as you can see just this season. A bit of a rivalry there, which could be exciting. But the tier they are at, the 18, it's above, to get a comparison in our minds, above Sky Bet Championship. Obviously, I say comparison because, we know, the level of England. So, it's interesting to me. We just touched on Ukraine, actually, but I've always seen Belgium as just below that top. The top, they could be on all similar levels in terms of the star reputation. We'll just see that right now. Yeah, we get a bit of detail here. Recently dropped 5 places. I reckon that can fluctuate a lot. They might fluctuate from 3-star to 3.5. Drop 5 places, but 3-star rep. Once more. And yes, that's Fernando Torres as a manager there as well. What's this? Fernando Torres, Patrick Vieira. This is just going to feel, this is going to be something. Anyway, 2-star, the studying for the Continental A was still going through, which you're not, that's being still worked on, which you're not surprised because we're not that far. We're not far off the last episode, days-wise, in game. So with them, the club as well, they're kind of on the level. We showed you the league reputation, 3-star. Club's reputation is 3-star as well. So this is just a huge step for us. We're getting, I was going to say just before, we're talking about reputations, the top 5 European country. I see Portugal and I see Belgium. I think they're you saw Ukraine. But I feel like Belgium is just outside of that. And obviously, as a nation as well. And I'll download kits for this league. I always do for the new league we're in. But anyway, I've even done saves for fun in Belgium. Just because I simply love the fact of the Belgium youngsters. They can produce some quality players. And okay. Our chairperson. Unfortunately, in FM, you can't click on them. So we just go into the staff, and he is Chinese. I don't know how much of the fact that we managed in China, and notable there, fairly notable, but I don't know if that played a part at all. Maybe get in the comments. I don't know. But other jobs we were applying for, a few other jobs, there's a reason he came for us, and a club and league that's above my reputation by a whole star, but maybe they can see I'm working on the badges to improve, but I'd still be less. Do you think that played a part at all, or I would have got this job regardless if their chairman wasn't I want to say chairman, it says chairperson. It can be a woman, but anyway, you get what I mean. Do you think we still would have got this if he wasn't Chinese? Because he may have known about me. You never know. You never know. We're taking all these steps, and we're definitely taking it with both hands. And there's start negotiations. There's everything here. We could do a whole episode on this club culture. Sign French players, and there's a reason behind that. Sign players based in France, so there's a French connection. We don't need to talk about the levels that France are at in the world of football. So it doesn't mean, we've got the reputation of France, but it's good to have that connection, and maybe French players will be willing to come here as well. See how it goes. So and they want us to develop, this is where we're on an attack of our next continental, getting into Europe. And I think if it's not Champions League, I think like a Europa League, I think is a real chance. Not like this season or anything, but the goal to reach. And this is our step. Like, I was, thinking to say this as well. Our first two clubs that we were at before we went to China, I feel our reputation, like we hadn't made a name for ourselves, but China, that put us like slightly, that's me, just like slightly into the door. But this one is that next level. You become a notable manager in Belgium. You've got a lot more eyes on you, and this is such a great move. I'm ecstatic about it because, as I said, it's so many more eyes will be on me now, and our club, of course. But this is the first time. Like this is a big step up. This is a big step up. Let me know your thoughts about this move, if it is as big as I'm kind of saying, but it really is. Not the same level of eyes has been on me before. And yes, this is me partially being shocked. I'm going to get a job in the Belgium top division. Wow. Work within wage budget. Sign players to sell for a profit. I like to do that as well. Flip a bit. But it depends. If players are really good, I don't want to sell them. It just really depends. But generally works out that way. Maximum 1-year contracts for players over 33. Maximum 2-year contracts for players over the age of 31. Yeah, they kind of tie together, which those are reasonable. I kind of like to manage that way. Minimum 2-year contracts for first-team players. That's fair. I mean, important first-team players, you want to tie them down. Sell, but you see how they've got everything set up. Sell players, that's an interesting one. Sell players before making any costly additions to the squad. So I like two things they've got. They want to build the French base, and I don't have any complaints with France at all. France is a very good place. And then it's the money aspect. Like, these two things, like, so solely focused on that. And this season, they're not judging. Obviously, we don't want to get relegated. But that would be interesting if that's not going to happen. That doesn't happen to me. No, we're not going to get relegated. But our performance, they're not going to judge the performances. But hopefully we just do well anyway. And they won't be mad at all with that. But I think we stay up and then that's all good. But I wonder if it was and look, continue to avoid finishing bottom. So that is the expectation. The expectations aren't going to be high at all. So expectations we spend less time talking about. We do like the plans they have in place. And again, we lower the wage where we can. We don't need it too high, but as I've said in the previous times, we don't lower it by too much. And a 2-year deal, we definitely take on. I don't want just the one. This is the first club where I can truly see a long-term vision. Obviously, China, so Asian Champions League. That's like, we're not going to spend 4 or 5 seasons. Yeah, and your guys' early comments, there wasn't really a bad comment saying, I'm disappointed. The first 5 or so comments I saw, generally supportive of a move. But at that point, I don't think you would have seen an offer like that. I wasn't, like, this is the comparison in my mind. If I was going to Europe, I thought we would have had these other ones we still had available, like a Belarus, Austria, like Bulgaria, and obviously we've got others like South American and all that, and this move could probably, I don't want to say cancel that out, but our rep is going to get to a pretty good level now. We could almost get rid of Republic of Ireland, and but anyway, back on that, like a Hungary, Israel. Like, that's, for me, all these countries I'm mentioning, Romania, I feel that's where we probably had to settle for a European job, but we got the step up. We got Belgium, and where I think they go under. Let me know if you agree or not, but let's see. Other countries. Obviously not England, as I said, but below that top 5. Yeah, maybe with Greece as well. Netherlands probably slightly below. Obviously, they got a decent rep. Let's just take a look. Yeah, they're just that little bit higher. But see, where we're 3-star rep, they're 3.5 and they're 7th. So we're just below that core of the top European clubs. So that's why I'm so hyped about this. Let's go. As we'll transition into our new club right now. Here we go. And we might as well do it now. Okay, just downloaded Belgium kits. They'll update as we continue. But when I say Belgium, I mean, yeah, for the league. See, look at this. There's wording that I would love to see. And this is from the Qingdao Football Express. I wonder why they're breaking the news. But anyway, I want to point out just a few things here. Eyebrows have been raised in the world of football. So, who has spent time away from club foot? See, these little things. I don't want to spend, we'll keep it on the story. I got this job like within a week. It wasn't that long, was it? So, yeah, there's that. Let's read our stats again, right back into the story. We arrive with a record of 128 wins, 36 draws and 41 defeats in his career. Like, those stats are not bad. Unbeaten in 164 games out of the 205, quick maths. But yeah, that's pretty solid. Like, if we're just seeing that on the surface, that is a pretty good ratio. Is there any other notable? See, someone else, I want to take a look who that is. Can you search now? No, but we'll do that after this. I'm sure I'll remember Ruby Vanderwally. But it's unclear whether the club favoured Footy Manager TV all along. You never know. So at 34, just a few years older than I am, but in real life. But we've been a little bit deep into the save now. List the likes of Qingdao. We list the likes of Qingdao FC and Warren Point Town. See, that's tough. They didn't mention Curzon Aston. That's tough. But, yeah. That's a step up. Like we touched on before, the level, yeah, we've already talked about that all. But this is, and I was named, Chinese Super League Manager of the Year in 2025. So, I did my thing in China. Again, I'm not having that it was, we left too early or unexpectedly. It was on the cards. We're coming off, being we take that as our success. Was there a trophy success? That's me lifting a trophy, the imaginary trophy, because we didn't. But like we got an award, which I'm happy enough with, and the reputation, like it says here, now will be afforded the chance to enhance his reputation by bringing success to a new club. So, yeah, even with how they've worded all this and how the eyebrows have been raised, like, I'm below, just statistic-wise, I'm below the reputation of this club, which is a great move manager-wise, but just for where we want to go as well. It's all very promising. And, of course, the budget, you're like, oh, that's nothing amazing. It's less where we were, but China's money is above their level, so it's a hard one to grasp. So I do like to compare it to the club we were before, and like we had peanuts. We had barely nothing. So this is very good. As I said, it's hard to compare China, like with the money and the level, it's not the same. Because if anything, we're a team that's not as rich, but a better reputation, better league and all that. Yeah, it's really intriguing. And I feel we'll talk about the club and the staff and all that. How much success? I love this. We could have, oh my gosh, like the fact of almost, look, their last league win in the top division in 1930s. Like, imagine the storyline there. That's really massive. That's really massive. They haven't won a competition since 2018 as well. And they come in with really solid facilities, good training, good youth. So I think, average youth recruitment, maybe improve that to a good level. And start bringing in those Belgian talents we're excited about. Boy, oh boy. Obviously now a step we're going to take is just reviewing the squad. We're not going to go too deep. This is, announcing our new club and all that, seeing what's looking like. So yeah, our kit should update there, or do we need a clap? Yeah, there we go. FM is an interesting game. And most notably, why, this is generally why a manager would lose his job. Something is up. For me, that's managerial. When you're missing out on results by single goals that many times, for me, that's managerial. I don't think the team is bad as they're being made out to look earlier. Look at a decent amount of games in the season. For me, he lost it. You don't lose that many games in a row. You've lost something. And once more, if we can turn this around, remember the moment where this man lost 9 games in a row? The board had to step in and make a change. And where that change? See, there's so many individual things we need to look at here. Even the affiliates. France, I assume there's a French link. There would have to be. Okay, affiliate club. Monaco. Wait, AC Monaco would be able to send play. We're able to loan players. I was going to say, I was expecting them to send. They'll be able to loan players from us. But wait, let's read from the top. AS Monaco will be able to send play. Yes! That's why I expect it. I felt that was the bottom is an extra. They probably don't need to rely on players from us. I just want to see, as an example, that's so good. Do you know what I like about this here? Sometimes I just need to speak with my hands. That's when I'm excited. Having parent clubs, I'm used to having parent clubs and you're going up the divisions in England, lower league management. But then when you get to the top division, it's cancelled. That's never going to be a situation here. And realistically, Monaco's always generally probably going to have a better team than us. So that is always going to be something relevant. And let's just sort by this because I want to see the players that are listed for loan. There's literally one at this point in time, which is probably, he's not someone you're going to target. But you never know what things are gonna come up, and these are just you don't know if you put a loan out there, but we're gonna show you if someone might not even be the quality anyway. But no, okay, so we definitely have to widen because this is just their second team, so you never know. Those guys are out on loan already, but even this guy, Rayan, I'm just intrigued. I'm intrigued if that would have the same. That's really interesting. I'll definitely come back. We got to base on our current players, but I can't say if he looks good or not. We got to base. We always compare it to your own team, like the players' star ratings are. So we'll go through. See. Look at this. 1 league, 1 cup, and I said the percentage was that seemed about right. 62% win, 22% loss. Not bad. But, let's just go through and some initial players. Olivier Diman, I've heard of him before. He's surplus to requirements. He shouldn't be, mate. Well, he's running out of contract. I'm going to try and keep him and turn her. So, he's one of the better players. And he looks, solid. Not a superstar. But, if you judge off the abilities, I want to sort by potential. They're not better. This guy's 18. Ashraf. We definitely want. I say we want first team players, but youth definitely going to be relevant. But we'll come back to that. Okay, youth intake preview, an excellent intake. We have some hope here, definitely. So a good goalkeeper and a DM, defensive types. I'd like, say if we got minimum of 4 if one of them was 4-star and one of them was 3-star at minimum potential wise, I'd take that as a goalkeeper, defensive mid. Depends. I haven't even analyzed the rest of the team yet. A little bit of transfer money. Tactic wise, once more, like we always do, we're just going to put something in place. We'll just go create our own style, and we're going to do a 3-5-2 for now. Just again, they're just put it in place for the time being. Probably not something I'm going to roll with. Get that must respond out of the way. And despite that transfer money we do have, you can see why, like, a big thing is money. A big thing is money that we got to go back to this. Go back to this right now. They're going to have, like, I want to see, I guess this is kind of it. We got to look at the importance levels. Work within the wage budget, sell players before buying. So they want, what I was going to say is, I thought, like, there'll be an expectation for maybe, like, focus on, like, your money. Like, try and get us out of debt. But there's no, like, individual expectation of that, I guess you could say. But it comes with it like this. Required. This is end of currency. Hey, it said not judging, but avoid finishing bottom of the... That's kind of in the same bracket. Don't get relegated. Don't finish last. What was that again? Yeah, we're fine in the wage budget, but I don't want to be spending any transfer or making any signings almost. I want to make sure... So, I was going to say, make sure our balance, make sure we're in the positive. So make sure the wage budget's good. Sign players to sell. So I feel like there may be some free transfers. You know, we did that before. Sell players before buying. So yeah, I feel they'll just be happy. Sell players before making any costly. So basically, yeah, they'll want us to sell some players. And it's not, it's not, I'm not sure if it's the time to do that. But players that we sell now, they won't be leaving. So, but it might be, again, not the time to sell them. So, the point, what we take out of that is, selling players. But so I just wonder, they want to sell us, they want us to sell players before we buy, but also in the same requirement, or the same importance, it's required, they still want us to sign players, but to sell for a profit. But how do they know if they're going to be a profit-worthy player, and we're just signing someone? So, it's interesting, but... I think we're going to preference selling players if there is anyone, as isn't anyone in the first team. Like, if it's someone that I feel we can make value. And look at this. He looks to be high potential. For a second, I thought it was a regen, but I'm like, because he's not a regen, I'm like, okay, he'll be fine with go. Like, sure, some potential there, but he doesn't look like he's going to be a superstar, especially with some like poor mental attributes there, and even dribbling of 5. I actually don't mind that he's got... I saw that potential and I was a bit worried for a second. But 2-star ability at 21 is not the greatest. And not too many others. A Canoe... Oh my gosh, you're losing the best. But you don't know the situation behind him. Like, he could have wanted a really big wage. There's barely any high wages here. A lot of them similar levels. Canute, they're going to be losing one of them... The way I see that is a player we use for the rest of the season help me reach my expectations, and we bring in someone else. So, yeah, I don't mind. Watford showed interest, so are they still a Premier League team? Yeah, still in the Premier League for the time being. That's an interesting one, though, that he... I'd say realistically, you'd wait to see if they stay up or not. It's an interesting time to confirm that deal. Like, that's not a transfer I celebrate and say, yes, that's great. No, I'd probably prefer him still staying at the club, realistically. If you sort by ability, he's the best at the team, and I don't think you can argue about that. But, and again, best average rating. And again, being the best player for the season, performance-wise. But at the same time, you feel like, okay, we didn't play a part in that, so we just got to take it on the chin and find a replacement. So I'm not going to go click on every single player individually, or at least, we're not going to talk on too much. We're going to take a look at the first team squad, and that will be this episode. I think this guy doesn't have a future. His contract expires, so we release him. So I'm just going to give you a quick review on each player. Right now, there's an injury, or 3, where that's not ideal. That really isn't ideal, and not in a transfer window as well. So you just got to take it on the chin, to be honest. Warlison, he'll be our key goalkeeper. He's probably at a point where, I could use him for next season. He's not a superstar, but, I mean, we can use a goalkeeper without spending money. And, he'll get by if we're playing well enough. This guy, someone who's 25, and he's that mid-range, but we want to see. There's the end of contracts. Is he wanting to listen to a new deal? Wow. Some really low mentals. I don't like that. But Willie, mate, you're unhappy? Let you go. There's going to be a bit of, rebuilding. We've got a club to rebuild here. So don't mind about him going it's just... I really didn't like what I saw, to be honest there. So move on to another defender here, 29, someone we'd like to keep on. He's contracted 2028. Where's his value? You'd say a little bit of value in him. And yeah, but I love that versatility. And I say, again, leadership's only 10, but his experience is going to be good, most definitely. How about Boris Popovic? I mean, looks like our best centre-back. 3-star. See, we've got a lot of players that will be in their best positions, and they're 3-star type players. Serbian, not bad. We'll take a look. Yeah, after we take a look at the full first team, he's not bad, but he doesn't scream like he's a great player, but he's just solid. Verlinden, 21, his contract is expiring as well. Like, someone with that potential, you might want, but he's 21. I think he's someone we let go. I can't see him. He's in the first team right now. He doesn't look like first team quality when we're comparing him. Backup, if anything. Okay, Robbie, De Coste, not bad. See, he's one that's strong, and it looks like we've got a similar player, and he's contracted, so not worried about him. Yeah, it looked like that De Silva Lopez, similar level. We definitely want to use him in a different position. By looks of things, yeah, he almost prefers to be through the middle, like central midfield. But see, normally the comparison is their best position. It happens a few times, but maybe it's because they see his attributes better for right back. But I think he should be compared to centre mids or DMs, like his literally natural position. But anyway, he's solid, 27. Again, it looks like our better players are balanced players. They haven't got like individual great attributes, but they seem, balanced across the board, and definitely is versatile. So, yeah, Leonardo da Silva Lopez, he's exciting, and not just because he's got a lot of names. Next player, 3-star as a left back, and he looked like he'll be the starting left back. A bit pacey, 14 pace, 14 acceleration. We haven't seen many others with more than that, so we're treating that as pacey. 14 tackling, we've got to take a look. He's got some solid attributes in specific areas for his position. Doesn't have so much value in him, but his contract is expiring. I feel he doesn't have any issues, so he'd probably be, willing, he'd be wanting to listen, which is good. But it depends who we have available. It looks like some of the younger guys in the team are just not good at all. This guy released, nowhere good. No, mate. I'm already giving my opinions on these guys, as we should. Cristobal Montero as a region, at 19, you'd probably... I want to wait a bit more on this guy. It maybe could see him become a 4-star potential level, but right now he's not a guy you want to utilize in the first team, and you can see why the team is struggling, most definitely. And who knows, I might struggle as well. I think we're going to have to rely on some players. And we already talked on Shahin there. Again, with that high potential, I'd expect something more to be excited about. So Martin Swerts doesn't, just judging off his report and then take a look at his ability. The good thing is the board's going to be happy. We're going to be releasing quite a few players. But these guys... a lot of them are not on the highest wages, so it's not like we're going to get a lot of money relieved or anything like that. And we can just... I understand, mate. This team is going terribly, losing every single game, and I wouldn't be surprised that's when he's made his decision in this period. You don't blame the man. He's here leading the team, but I want to say he was... Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. He was signed in real life, 1.8 million. So, and he was consistent. It's annoying to lose. I don't want to say, no, he's not a club legend, but he's been a guy that's been, arguably, you could say the best player, at least for the last 4 seasons, or he's been up there as a performer, most definitely. In the last 2 seasons, you could probably say he's been their best without analyzing so much. Like a barometer of the team over the last 5 years. That's a loss. And just someone who's currently rated your best player. So, Pablo Pardal. Yeah, I want to just take a look at some, foreign player rules and all that. But I don't expect that to be too high, especially when France is literally a thing for us. Like, they want us to sign French players. But anyway, I like him. See, he's the first one that has a standout attribute, which is determination. But it's not like a technique. He just is balanced. Yeah, like he's your standard. He's one of our creative players. See, for me, he's someone, I say that, but we could make money off him. You take this a bit, that's not enough. They saw how he was performing in Brazil. Not even the top level in Brazil. 48 league games. Yeah, that's amazing. He doesn't do enough. For someone you could probably see a value, at a minimum, probably sell for 6 million. I think, and wage 6K. Is that the most at the club? Like, yeah, he's on the most. For me, that's a player you look to sell, unless he goes absolutely crazy, but you don't see that in his attributes. He's someone you look to, he's contracted, yes. So he's someone you can get and when do you guys think we sell him? Not now. Just use him as his best to his ability and then sell him in the off season and just try and have as much value in him as we can. That's what we got to do. And a 24-year-old whose contract not expired. Okay, in attack, we've got some promising signs. But again, he's Swedish. See, he hasn't got the same value in him. I think he's someone you keep. I think he's someone we've got to wait. He's on a wage of 3.5, so not the highest, reasonable, I'd say average. And he's got a bit more potential, but he's 24. He's not going to grow massively. A good decision maker is important, but I think he's a role player in the team. Well, not a role player, a guy that's in the squad you don't see. He's got huge value in him, so you're not rushing to ship him out. And yeah, he can be a performer. And a good decision maker is... sometimes I want to see, especially good vision as well, technique, so... Say good technically, yeah. Technique is his best attribute out of his technicals. That's funny. Decision making 7. I want to kind of see that, and you probably want to see that as well in game. Yeah, see how he plays. Rami Alhaj, Lebanon. How come he doesn't have his nationality there? Maybe that's like a little error. I don't know. But surely he would have that. He's born in Beirut. But he's positive. Look at all the different language spoken. That's really good. I think he's someone, I say, who can play above his ability. His ability, 3.5 star. What I say is, I think his ability rating looks a bit better than his attribute. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking about it too much, but I think he's someone who goes out there and performs very well. If we take a look again, okay, doesn't look outstanding, but I think he does well. So he's someone who was signed on a free transfer as well. Let's just not over-analyze too much, but that makes me... put some expectations on him at the same time. But okay, he's 2-star, but I hope. Brolt. Belgium 19, highest potential in the team. Like, come on, show some. Yes. Yes, we've got a prospect that changes so much. He's capped at under 19 level, so he's not just a good youngster at our club. He's seen, okay, he's something, highest potential, and where his attributes look impressive. Not like that other guy who's leaving and looked average. Yeah, he was leaving, wait. Because we've gone through, so he's actually got impressive, balanced, stocky attributes about him that suits his role. Long shots, that's not a requirement. But strongman, yes. He's someone to be hyped up about. Then Dino Hotic, what's he? He's 30. Wait, I gotta make sure. Yeah, 29. The guy we just took a look at. Yeah, he's not running out of contract or nothing. Yeah, he's like ticking all the boxes. Okay, Dino looks very good. You see, he's got long shots about him. He can play multiple attacking positions. Contract not expiring, but someone... that's pretty hefty value in him, you'll say, in his 6K wage. So because of his age, but because of his ability as well, use him for the rest of the season, him and Pardal, and I think they're a couple players we could probably get around 15 or 14 or 15 million, around that mark for them together, and that's pretty good. And freeing up that wage, 12K plus, yeah, just above 12K between those together. That's the money move. That's the money move. And they're good players. They're not superstars where you want to avoid selling them. Their experience, you'll miss. But I think what the board wants, that's what we do with them. Who's next up? A winger, Brazilian winger that could be in the same situation. His wage only 3.5K, but still value in him. Diego Gonçalves. But he could be, he could be in that same boat where, like, I've got to compare to the rest of the league, which we will do as we go on. But I feel like there could be better players out there and maybe younger as well. And again, according with what the board wants, I think just use him for the rest of the season. These last few, these attacking players, we can use them to get results and then use them for their money. But definitely think Gonzalez can be one of those. And then not expecting much out of this guy. He's 21. A lot of these 21-year-olds, there's a few of them, they don't look good at all, which is very interesting. We already showed D-Man, Olivier D-Man. So after looking at some others, he's balanced, let's say, mentally and physically. Technical's a bit lower. To me, I see now why. The club needs to focus financially, and you could say, but for me, now is not the time. Like, his contract expiring, and I want to not transfer list him. I want to have him at least, because he was not listening to a new contract, Oh, no, he's willing. That was someone else. Sorry, we've been through so many other players. I'd want to use him, and even, I don't know, because he's on a big wage, but near, the top players. I want to see how he performs, number one, but maybe, have him be playing well, offer me a new deal, and maybe come to a time we do sell him, we end up getting some money from him, whether it be a season after, 2 seasons after. So, I don't see letting him go on a free transfer when he's got value. Like to avoid a situation like with Canute. For me, that's not a good decision that was made. Pretty disappointing. But again, it was out of my control. Ooh, this guy looks interesting. He looks Kevin Denki. Physically, that was I pointed out in my mind. Pointed out strength, and he's not slow. 15 strength and 14 pace. I reckon he could be a goal scorer. I could see him scoring goals and playing a pressing forward role. I'm already thinking in tactics. So he looks all right, not a superstar. But he's another that contract's running out. You have to wait. I want to see how he does. But next we might take a look at any other... let's get excited about our youth players. We'll go under 21s first. We'll sort by the potential here. Oh, we're going to have some fun. And we're going to click on... I'm not going to go... Because, we're going to show you in other episodes the notable guys. These far out. You got to say 4-star. 4-star and above. He doesn't have a face, but that's okay. Reasonable, but see, these guys these are 2-star current abilities. So I don't think they're going to look that great that there's going to be a reason they're in the under 21s, but they might have a bit of relevance. 4-star potential. These are guys that if they were in a youth intake, we definitely take them on, and we have hopes for their future. Noah, an attacker. He's got some flair about him. Yep, he's promising. He's got a bit of signs. Ashraf, young winger, doesn't look too bad, but their attributes, I feel like, okay. When I want to save this guy at 2.5. Always about the anticipation. Peter Friend. Average, but potential looks very good. That's what I've noticed early here but don't forget, he's a fullback, so you got to focus on those individual attributes. He could be solid, Peter Friend. So, a 17-year-old, and he's 2-star, which is not bad for 17, so you could argue, be more excited about him, but I think both of them, the Ukrainian as well, he's another one, but for me, he's upgrade to the first team. He's upgrade for the first team. Munir. Oh, with that other guy we got excited about as well. For me, we'll send him on an intensive language course. What do you guys think? No. You save money. He's up to the first team. So why he's unavailable, he must have just... he's already played a game. But that's going to be fine. Sort that out. Peter Friend, for that potential, he looked okay, but I want this Ukrainian. I want him to be looking, he looks a bit more, he's just a bit more beefy in the attributes. That's what my description I always go to, where there's not as many weaker attributes. Concentration a bit lower, that's a weakness. Positioning, but for his role, he's ticking. The ones that are highlighted, they're all pretty solid, and one that isn't balance, but I think balance is pretty important for a dribbling type winger. So yeah, I think he looks really, really impressive. But I think first team wise, we were just showing you we've got a lot of attacking. I feel he could make a bench though, so we'll see about him. He's capped at under 19 level, seen as a future option in their first team. So yeah, we took a look at some of those. And was there another in the under? Yes. There's a few. I reckon, yeah, we'll go with the same. We'll start with 4-star potential and above. Joey, I reckon we've landed in... I thought we landed at a good spot just for the reputation and before... and even just the first team squad. Then there's actual talents. This guy, real prospect, it looks like. He's got some weaker attributes, of course. He's only 17, but potential is there, 4-star. Joey Brugge is there. All right. Ooh, when they've got... It doesn't show their first name. It's just like the single letter and then a dot. Maxime. This guy, he could be... probably not relevant. It's just his name. Probably because his last name is so long. But anyway, highly determined, which is important for development. Yep, and then it's in his personality as well and natural fitness. Maybe a future right back for us. Good to have some competition there. But he's not even the best here. Or we've got a group. Mbala. Center. I hope he's like... I just hope he's a really good... I was hoping he could have been a dominant striker, but I think centre mid, another good centre midfielder for us, a great first touch ability. Yeah, poor strength, something to get him worked on for sure. Not in the first team yet, but yeah, Christ, he looks like a good player. Mario, he's got the highest. Yeah, okay, we'll go in this order because this guy's only 16, still currently a youth player. He's in the under 18s, but not everyone in the under 18s is youth. By the looks of things. So Mario, yes, come on, okay, right back is highlighted, but yeah, look, crossing, dribbling, not bad, it's not crazy, but for me, looks like a better centre back. Teamwork of 20, work rate, determination. Look at that work rate. How is that unambitious? That doesn't line up. Like one other guy I pointed out last time. Yeah, while we were at Qingdao, like that. No, how do you call this unambitious? 16 determination, 20 team. I'm just flustered here. Work rate of 16. Hopefully that's not the case. To the media, how can to the media he's enthusiastic and his personality be unambitious? Like there's very... honestly, if he trains well, develops and plays well on the pitch, I'm not complaining. But it looks like we have a guy that's going to develop to be a first team player. And I love how the way I perceive things is different. When we were at Qingdao, I was taking a look at the Chinese players that I was seeing their potential, and I'm like, oh, they could be good as the foreigners. And obviously, I played Football Manager for years, so I know how the game works. And I'm like, oh, I see him as potentially being a first-team players. But it's just how you perceive certain things. And when we were in China, you saw it differently because there was foreign player rules and all that. But yeah, it's just how I'm viewing my youth players and what I can see for them in the future. He's exciting, I can't lie. Forget what that personality says. For me, it goes hand in hand, determination with personality and if they're ambitious. But yeah, it looks like that he hasn't got an attribute that says he's unambitious, in my view. Maybe you guys read it differently, let me know. Yeah, he's exciting. So he was the last one. Oh no, Edgar. Ooh, Edgar Nunez. Another central player. I want this guy to look... Okay, we got to understand his attributes aren't going to look crazy yet, even though his mentals look mad. He's a perfectionist. Oh, that's a perfect personality trait, really. And he's a promising... He's got... not Wonderkid, but he's promising. At 16, is already capped at 23, under 23, Costa Rican level. Yeah, like his technicals are balanced. Like at his best, like look at these that are like sixes, and look some of the long throws and corners. Like, oh, this guy's gonna be a star. Like, yeah, this is. Oh, come on, I know this has probably been a big episode. Yeah, a big episode right now. So, when's the next game? It says it there anyway. 5 days. So, we're going to kick things off, play a few games, and how many more games left in the season. There's 25 played. So just to get you guys an idea, maybe we'll play through February and see how February goes. And then, yeah, give you guys an update as we do. See if we can turn things around, see how we'll play tactically. But, yeah, we'll leave it on the club. I think there's a lot to be excited about here. Let me know anything that I didn't address. I feel like there's some things I didn't even touch on yet. And, yeah, it was a pretty in-depth. I think it was the most in-depth one so far, joining a new club. But I think definitely a big reason for that. I think it's an exciting move. And we got to realize where we're at, though. We hadn't even talked about this, not too much. But 4 points clear of that 17th. I don't think we're in danger of coming last. So, but I don't want to, I think that's like a playoff or something like that. I did say, yeah, I like to cover everything and have you guys not wondering. All right, top 4. Okay, you need to finish top to get into the Champions League, but that's what I mean. Second, third, Europa Conference. Okay, it's going to be that similar way. There's not that direct qualification for Europa League, which I miss because I don't think Europa Conference League has that same reputation level. But anyway, qualifying for Champions League, you go into a whole path. It's not qualifying for the group stage. There's a whole, which is understandable because it's Belgium. You know, that's how it is. So being on top of the rules, we're not going to assign too many players yet. So we're not, look, maximum of 3 domestic players allowed online. See, that's a loan transfer. Maximum of 6 foreign-based players over the age of 21. That's, again, loans. They're all loans. For me, okay, squad registration. Minimum of 8 players developed in the nation. So there's that. There's not a maximum not a maximum of foreigners. There's just a minimum of homegrown players, basically, which is good. Trained in the nation, so it's not even homegrown at the club. So I think those are kind of, you know, they're on the ease side. I don't think Belgium has some of the harshest registration rules. So that's something a bit on my side, what I like as well. Yeah, all right. Let's see how we do. Give all your suggestions up in the comments and what you think about this move, because I think it is a big one. And it's a big thumbs up from me. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you guys next time.